Bribery, extortion,
integrity, hard work,
murder, racketeering,
family, never forgetting where we came from.
American Gangster is a 2007 biographical crime film directed by Ridley Scott. The film stars Denzel Washington and Russell Crowe as Frank Lucas and Richie Roberts. The film follows the true story of how Frank Lucas rose and fell as a gangster in the 1970s. The plot of the film shows how Frank Lucas became the most powerful gangster in Harlem. It also follows the life of Detective Richie Roberts. Roberts is a police officer who, in an attempt to do the right thing, alienated his co-workers. Due to his abhorrence of corruption, he is placed in charge of a task force charged to investigate the major drug trafficking in New Jersey.
What the fuck you gonna do, Frank? Huh? What you doing? You gonna shoot me in front of everybody? Huh? Come on.
There you go. 20%.
After his mentor dies, Lucas decides to take control of the crime scene in Harlem. He travels to Thailand to meet directly with a heroin supplier and cuts out the middleman by buying a large amount of pure heroin. The drug is smuggled into America via servicemen returning from the Vietnam War. Lucas's drug, Blue Magic, develops a monopoly in the New York area, drawing the attention of the police. Lucas himself attempts to remain unnoticed by staying conservative in his spending. Roberts' investigation both exposes Lucas and the corrupt officers on the police force. Due to the nature of the film being biographical, the results of his investigation are not as clear-cut as most films, with Lucas cutting a deal in order to get a shorter prison sentence. He was sentenced to 70 years but only served 15 before his release in 1991.
Investigation indicates that Frank Lucas is above the mafia.
They tried to kill my wife!
My country.
Throughout the film, there are certain themes. One of these themes is the theme of family. This contrasts to a number of crime films, but is consistent with gangster films, which use the idea of family and loyalty in order to become more relatable to the audience. When involving family, this can also evoke an emotional response to a scene and make the audience become sympathetic to the character. The use of violence and drugs in the film contrasts to these ideas of family, as it brings back the reality that the characters are criminals and antagonists in the film. The regular occurrence of violence in this film and the stark way in which it is portrayed is indicative of the genre and is also a part of establishing the roles of the characters. The film uses the classic cop-criminal dynamic between the characters of Richie and Frank. The relationship, or lack thereof, between the characters means that the film is able to provide differing points of view for the audience.
That is your house, Mama.
What you got, Uncle Frank?
The most important thing in business is honesty, integrity, hard work, family, never forgetting where we came from. Thank you, Sean.